If you started posting on TikTok today, in 2 weeks, the algorithm would start to notice you. In 4 weeks, you'd be consistently going viral. And in 8 weeks, you'd have 10K followers and a platform that was generating you money. But first, you actually have to know how to grow like that. You have to know what to post. And today, I've got 4 lessons that I'm going to share with you from my journey of going from 0 to 10,000 followers in under 60 days. And it's important because one of the things that happens on that journey is that you start creating consistent lead flow and you're able to sell your products and services. It becomes super easy. There's never been a platform that I've seen in the 10 years that I've been in this internet marketing space that's allowed you to grow and monetize as quickly as TikTok. So let's dive in. The first lesson that I want to share with you is just how the algorithm works. Because if you're not creating content to feed the algorithm and do what TikTok wants you to do, you're not going to grow. And I see this all the time. My original content, I made this mistake. I was creating this educational content that I thought was going to work, like the talking head videos you see all the time, and it didn't. And then I finally figured it out. And I see people do this all the time. Like they're just creating whatever they want, and they're not taking into consideration like what is going to grow and what the purpose of this platform is and like why certain people are rewarded and other people aren't. So I want to break it down for you because TikTok is this total unique beast. It's so different from YouTube or any other platform. And so there's a couple of things you need to know about the algorithm. So the first thing that you need to know is what's important. What is going to cause the algorithm to show your videos to more people? And it really comes down to one thing, watch time. That's it. If you have more watch time on your videos and you're keeping people on the platform longer, and then they're going to watch more of your videos or they're continuing to watch more videos, like you're doing what the algorithm wants you to do. They're going to be happy with you and they're going to reward you. And so TikTok does this kind of crazy thing where you'll notice that your videos, they all tend to be in these like brackets. It'll be like 250 views, 500 views, 1,000 views, 2 to 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Like there's these checkpoints. And so what happens is that they show your video to a bunch of people. And if you get enough watch time or engagement on that video, but mainly watch time, then they send you to more people until you hit the next checkpoint. And then they check your data again. They check your metrics again to figure out if you're getting the watch time. And if you are, you go on and you go on and it keeps happening. And you'll notice this. If you actually go to your videos, if you look in your phone and you click on your video and at the bottom, it says more data. And if you click on it and you look at your best videos and your worst videos, you're going to see the length of the video and how long people watched and the percentage watch time. And if you look at those things, the longer the watch time, the better it's going to be. So how do we get more watch time? I'm glad you asked. There's a couple of things that you can do. The first thing is to realize that if you record shorter videos, you're going to get a higher percentage of watch time. If somebody watches 100% or even goes through the whole video and then it starts over again and your video is only 5 to 8 seconds long, that is better watch time than people watching 30 seconds on your 2-minute video. And because of that, you are going to get more views. So when you're first starting out, it's actually way better if you just create shorter videos. It's also important that you think about how people are consuming content on TikTok. Most of them are not with their phones on, volume blasting all the time. They're pulling it out in between meetings at work. They're pulling it out at lunch. They're doing what I do, right? Like I'm sitting on my couch with my phone, just scrolling through videos while my wife is watching whatever show she's watching in the evening. And so a lot of times I'm more likely to watch a video if it has captions or if it has text on the screen. And so when you keep that in mind, those little things like the text on the screen and the captions make it easier for people to consume your content. So when it shows up on their feed, they can watch it and they can read and they consume it no matter what situation they're in. So you're going to get longer watch time. The other interesting thing about the algorithm is that after you've been producing videos for a while and you've had a couple of them pop off, you've got these bigger view videos, you've gone mini viral, whatever it is, the algorithm is going to label you as a good creator. And I totally intended to mention this in the hook, right? Where it was like, after 4 weeks, you're going to be going viral consistently and be labeled a good creator. And the reason that's important is because once you've established that you're a good creator, your baseline views go up. So TikTok is a little bit different than YouTube. Like with YouTube, if you have more subscribers, because the algorithm first shows the videos to your subscribers, and then if they like it and it performs well, then they start suggesting you to other people, organically, you're in search, and then it goes based on organic performance like that. TikTok's not the same. TikTok, 99% of the viewers of your content when you first post it are going to be people that have never heard of you. It's going to be shown to them in their organic feed, and they're going to see like, hey, how did it work? Early on, when you're only getting 200, 300 views to every video, it's kind of difficult because they don't know who you are yet, and we'll get to that in a second. They're just kind of showing it to random people, and if you're not getting enough watch time, it's never going to grow. But once you've been established and you're a good creator, your baseline goes up. Now every video is shown to 500 people first, or 1,000 or 2,000 people. I see that a lot with my content where every video is getting 2,000 or so people. And then that makes it easier to go viral because now in that 2,000 people, you're showing it to more people. There's a better chance that the people that are really into your content that are going to like it and watch the whole thing are going to see it. And so you have a higher chance of going viral. And so you want to take advantage of that in the algorithm too. The second lesson that I learned is also related to the algorithm. The algorithm is going to show your content to people that like similar content. And in order for that to happen, the algorithm has to categorize you. It has to figure out what the hell you're talking about, like who you're trying to help, what you're trying to do. So you need to make sure that you do everything in your power to help TikTok categorize you, to help show them what you're about. And that really comes down to creating content that's all about a similar topic. Now, you can change later. I've noticed this a lot with other creators, and I've even done it with myself to an extent. If you go down a road and then you decide, I'm kind of changing my message, it's okay. And it goes to that like good creator thing where you're getting those big base views. Like if you change topics, the fact that you're going to have those bigger base views and most of the content is going to like people that are complete strangers, it allows you to pivot. So don't overthink this picking a niche thing. Just make sure you figure out this is the general topic that I'm going to talk about on this account and try and stick to it. And if you need to change your mind later, you can do that. Now, if you're not sure what your niche would be, I want you to check out last week's video because I break it all down and it's going to make it so much easier for you to figure out who you're speaking to, what the problem you're solving is, and it's going to guide your content and make it so much easier to come up with ideas. But once you know what your content's about, here's a couple of ways that you can help the algorithm categorize you. 1, you can follow other creators in your space. Number 2, you can curate your For You page. So the way you do this is you go to your For You page and you watch and like and comment on videos that are in your niche and you say not interested. You press that thumb down and show them that you're not interested to stuff that's not relevant. And you do that for 5 to 10 minutes, close the app, open it back up, and your For You page is probably already updated, but then you'll go through it and you just keep doing that until you're like, cool, every single video that I'm seeing is in the category, the niche that I'm posting in. Now you're helping signal what you're interested in, and you're also going to have a great place to farm ideas for your content. And the other thing that you can do is you can use a group of hashtags, use similar hashtags every single time you post your content. I'll be honest, I haven't found that there's like having hashtags or not having hashtags makes you have a greater chance of going viral or anything like that. It doesn't really seem to make a difference. But where I have found it make a difference is for myself and my clients when you're starting an account, using those hashtags and doing those other things I mentioned seems to help categorize you more quickly, and then your views start to grow a lot more quickly. Now, at this point, if you want to know more about how we set up an account from scratch, that way you start getting bigger views on your videos from the beginning and can grow as fast as possible, and you want to know the type of content that I recommend creating and like how to get the ideas and all of that stuff so you can grow as quickly as possible, I want you to check out my video where I talk about how to go from 0 to 1,000, and it's really in depth. I'm going to share my phone. I'm going to show you step by step what to do. It's a 30-minute course basically, and it's totally free. Go watch that because it'll break all of that stuff down in a lot of detail. And these first 2 lessons, you're going to have a lot of clarity around them. Now, the third lesson is that you need to focus on growth. Like that should be your sole focus from 0 to 10,000 is creating content that is going to grow your follower count, get you more views, get you more followers. And like, it seems so obvious, but this is like the most difficult thing for people to do. Right? You don't need to be creating content that's selling your offer, your product, your service, whatever it is. You don't need to be creating a bunch of like in-depth educational content, giving all the things away. I'm not saying you should gatekeep. I'm not saying you should hide the ball. You shouldn't. but like you need to focus on the type of content that grows your account. And in order to do that, you need to find other people in your space and see what is growing and working for them. And you need to imitate it, and you need to learn what are the hooks, what are the topics, like learn what's working on the platform so you can grow, and just focus on that. Focus on that first, because then when you do, at 1,000 followers, you get that link in bio. And by the time you're at 10,000, you're generating leads, you know what works, and you're able to start experimenting a little bit, right? And so focus on growth and go watch that go watch that training, that video that I just mentioned, because it shows you exactly what that means to focus on growth. For those of you that are like me, that you're a coach or service provider, we want to educate, we want to teach. We want to share everything with everybody, but we have to understand where TikTok fits in like the greater ecosystem of our business. TikTok is about traffic. It's about growth. It's not necessarily the place where you convert all the traffic or where you get super in depth, right? Like you're going to do that eventually, but remember how I talked about like those base level views? One of the hard lessons that I learned early on was that if I did the little talking head videos where I was helping people solve problems, giving tips, educating, and when I did those, even at a minute, 2 minutes, and they were really great videos, those didn't perform well on TikTok when I had less than 10,000 followers because I wasn't a good creator yet. I didn't understand what hooks worked on the platform, and I didn't have that base level of views. And so it's hard to get good watch time on something like that when it's only getting 500 views. But then after I got to 10,000 and beyond, when I would create that educational talking head content, it would get big views. I remember one of the first videos that I created after I got 10K followers. It was educational video that was very relevant to one of my courses, and it got like 30,000 views. And I had created something so similar just a couple of weeks prior, and it bombed. It got like 300. And it's just because when it was being shown to 2,000 people right at the beginning, and they had a better idea of what category I fell in, more of the right people saw it, and I grew. But I had to focus on the growth content in order to get there. The other thing when we talk about growth is you need to go broader. What you're really trying to do is not niche your content down so much that you're only speaking to the perfect ideal client. You want to think about like what bigger category is that person in? Like take it out a step, de-niche one level. I'm going to give you an example. I had some videos that were performing very well for me and helping me grow this YouTube channel and get eyeballs on my videos. And what I would do is I would basically say like, here's 5 YouTubers that help you achieve X, right? And so I had this one, I did this same structure of video multiple times. I would say 5 YouTubers that aren't flashy and actually teach you how to build 6- and 7-figure businesses. And every time I posted that video, it was like a guaranteed 15 to 35,000 views every single time. But then I started thinking about like, okay, how do I make this have broader appeal, right? So I can get more views. And so the next one I did was 5 YouTubers who aren't flashy and actually teach you how to quit the 9-to-5. Here's the crazy thing that happened. When I posted that video, it got 150,000 views that first day. And I got flooded with leads and flooded with good leads. And I started making sales because what happened was I reached so many more people, like just big views, that the percentage of people that were my ideal audience was bigger. Right. And I had one of my clients, when I was talking to him yesterday, put this so well. And it was if 10% of the views on your video are your ideal audience and you reach 10 people, that's one ideal audience member. If it's 100 views, that's 10. If it's 1,000 views, then that's 100. And so the idea here is if you can go broader and you reach more people, the people that are your ideal audience, the more niche people, they're also de-niched one level above that broader topic. They're interested in that too. And so it's going to bring them in. So go broader to get more views, to attract more people, because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. And if you're attracting the broader group of people and more of them, you're going to have more of your ideal audience members. All right. 4th lesson, double down on what works. That is one of the cool things about this platform is that if something works for you once, it's going to work for you again. To take it further, if something works for another person in your space, it's likely going to work for you. So when you're creating that growth content, you want to find all the things that are working for the other people and you want to try it for you. And then when something goes viral, post it again, create it again. Or you can even go use something like snaptick.app, right? snaptik.app. This app, you can take the link from your TikTok video, plug it in there. It's going to remove the TikTok watermark. And now you can upload it into TikTok and post it again. I gotta tell you, this is the craziest thing, and I'll put the little snapshot up here. I've barely been posting for like the last 30 days. I just haven't been posting a lot. I think I've posted like 4 or 5 times. But over the last 60 days, I've added 32,000 followers to my TikTok account. And every time that I've posted in like the last 30 days, I've just been taking stuff that's worked for me well in the past. I've loaded it into Snaptik and I've just published it. I've just been lazy and I've reposted it. And just doing that, I've had massive growth and I've had a lot of these videos go viral again. So double down on what works for you. Use the same hooks, use the same frameworks, repost the same viral videos, remake the same viral videos. If you have a trending sound, try making 3 to 5 different videos with that trending sound. Same thing, if you find a framework that has been trending and has been going viral for a bunch of other creators in your space, recreate that framework with 4 or 5 different background videos to go with that text and that sound to see which one works. Sometimes just being in a different room, having different lighting, just being, kind of like dressed differently, just a different angle, like different things like that can be the difference between one going off and another one going off. And sometimes it's just luck. It's just the segment of people that see your video. One of the funniest examples of this was I did a video and I was talking about, it was like business goals that I'd achieved in the last year. And it was me drinking coffee in my kitchen. You can see my kitchen in the background. And I've got this nice house in the hill country that my wife and I, we basically built our dream house. And it had, some revenue things on there, some income goals and things like that. And I had so many people in the comments that they were like, there's no way you've earned that much money with that kitchen, with those finishes, with those cabinets, with those countertops. Like they were basically criticizing my kitchen, which was so funny. But it didn't matter because the engagement and then the amount of watch time I got from them commenting, is the whole time they're writing their troll comment, the video's playing and looping, I'm getting more watch time and getting more views. Like that led to, I think that was my first video to go over 50,000. I think I got like 70, 80,000. And I was able to do it again and get over 100,000. But it was those trolls that led to the watch time, and that watch time led to more views. And it also led to positive people that were like, I want that. That's my dream. How do I do that? And it sent people to the link in my bio. It sent people to my newsletter. It sent people to my lead magnets, to all these other resources that I had to help people. And it generated leads and it generated sales and it grew my audience, right? So take these lessons, go create. And if you're feeling stuck on TikTok and you're not sure what to do, comment in the video. I respond to all of my comments and I'm happy to help you out. See you next time.